How's it going, everybody? Today we're taking a look at the VTOMAN Jump 100 power bank, power station, maybe a little bit of both. I don't know what you want to call it. This thing is really cool because it's basically a power bank on steroids because it has a 100-watt AC port like a power station. There's a lot of other really cool features. So let's go ahead and take a look inside the box. All right, as you can see right off the jump, it is 88.8 watt hours. Here it shows a couple of its safety features like overload protection and overcharge protection. Oh, by the way, this did just come out. VTOMAN was kind enough to send me one right as it released. However, I'm not getting any kickbacks from this. This is all my own opinions, but I will leave a link to Amazon down below if you want to check these out on Amazon. Go ahead and open up the box. Here we've got the user manual / reference guide. It shows the technical specifications. And here's the unit itself. Wow, that's tiny. Look at that. Now it said online this thing was only 2.36 pounds. And they're not kidding, that is super lightweight. And it also comes with a USB-C to USB-C cable. Right there is a Predator power station from Harbor Freight that I'm using to power my studio lights. And that's already a really small power station, but look at this. It's tiny, which makes sense considering this is made for portability. It's made to be able to throw in your backpack if you're going on a hike or going camping. But the first thing that comes to my mind is this is going to be great to throw in my car or even throw in like a tool bag. If I'm out working on something and I need to charge some batteries for cordless tools, this is going to be fantastic for that. So here is the AC port. It's a 100-watt AC port, but it does have a 200-watt surge rating. The fact that you can get a power bank with an AC port on it is just awesome. It also has a 65-watt USB-C port and two 5-volt USB-A ports. And what's really cool about this USB-C port, it's not just USB out, it's also a USB-C in. So yes, you can charge it with the included USB-C to USB-C cable. You could plug that into a wall adapter or whatever to charge this, but you can also charge this with a USB-C solar panel. That'd be fantastic if you're out camping or hiking and you have a little solar panel you could use to charge this up. On this side, we've got 3 buttons. We've got a light bulb, AC, and power. So power is going to turn on these ports in the screen. AC is going to turn on the AC port, and the light bulb actually turns on a flashlight. So I'm going to go ahead and hit the power button. We'll see if it's charged out of the box. Okay, it looks like it's 88% charged out of the box. So now let me hit the flashlight button. So there's the flashlight on this end. Look at that. It actually has 3 different flashlight settings. So if I hit it again, there's medium, and if I hit it again, there's high. The flashlight itself is pretty cool because you get 128 hours of runtime on low with a full charge, and on high you get 64 hours of runtime with a full charge. So just as a flashlight, this is really cool. Let's do a little comparison here. So this is an 88.8 watt hour battery. This is a 294 watt hour battery, so obviously much bigger battery here. So this Predator power station is at 89% charged. This is at 88% charged, almost the same. And the only thing that the Predator is running is this studio light, which is 48 watts. So if I unplug my light and plug it into the Jump 100, you can see the percentage dropping a little bit. It doesn't give us a runtime, but it is nice that you can monitor your battery percentage. They're down to 86, 85, so obviously an 88 watt hour battery is not going to run this nearly as long as a 294 watt hour battery. But it's still just the fact that you can even power something like this using an AC port on a power bank is really impressive. This thing is really meant for charging small devices. So let's take this little portable monitor that I use for my videos, and using the included USB-C cable, you see the screen here registers that there's a USB-C cable pumping out energy, and just like that, my monitor is back up to being fully charged. So as I mentioned, this would be great to throw in a tool bag to charge up tools in a pinch. For example, let's take this little Dremel tool. This thing is almost completely dead. I can plug in to the USB-A port and plug in the Dremel tool. You see it is charging. For the purposes of a YouTube video, it'd be much more entertaining if I could tell you like how much runtime we're gonna have, or if there was like an app I could show you that had more details about the runtime. But in reality, you really aren't gonna need that if you're using this the way it's intended. If you're taking this on a hike or charging up some little tools in a pinch, all you really need to know is how much power you have remaining. Just so we can see how many watts this Dremel tool is pulling, I'm gonna plug it into my Harbor Freight power station. Wow, it's only pulling 4 watts to charge this thing. So some quick math tells me that this 88.8 watt hour battery on a full charge could power something pulling 4 watts for about 22 hours. Obviously this is gonna charge in a lot less than 22 hours. I'm gonna try charging a DeWalt drill battery using the AC port. As you can see, It is charging. So this DeWalt battery charging is pulling about 77 watts, and some more quick math tells me that you could charge it for about an hour and a half using this VTOMAN Jump 100. And keep in mind that the 77 watts is pretty close to the 100 watt limit of the AC port, but you do have a little bit of wiggle room there if you wanted to, charge something small on top of that. For example, I've got no issues charging my DeWalt battery and my Dremel tool at the same time. Now, obviously, if you're going to be throwing this in a hiking bag or something like that, you're probably going to be using it for small devices like a laptop or a cell phone. And this is perfect for that. All you got to do is plug it in and we're charging. That's my daughter, she's adorable. Charging a phone only pulls like 5 to 7 watts. So if you're using the AC port to charge your phone, you could charge a ton of phones and still not hit the 100 watt limit. The USB-A ports are 12 watts each, and the USB-C is 65 watts. So you can use your imagination and realize that you can charge a lot of devices at once with this thing. Now, what about charging the Jump 100 itself? So using the USB-C cable into the USB-C port, if you plug this into your wall and you're getting the full 65 watts, they say you can charge up to 80% of the battery in 1 hour. All right, so I've plugged it into the USB-C port on my Harbor Freight power station, and look at it go. It's charging really quickly. You see it blinking, indicating that it's charging. And just as I'm speaking, you can see it jumping up in percentage. It really is charging fast, up to 82 now. If I unplug my light, we'll see how many watts it's putting out. Okay, 63, so we're right at that 65 limit. And this thing is really shooting up. 85% now, wow. Now, one last thing I want to touch on is just the build quality. This is a pretty cheap unit. It comes in at just under $70. If you're familiar with the VTOMAN brand, that's really their whole thing, is low-priced power stations. And I think just under $70 is a pretty fair price for this thing. So you might be wondering how the build quality is for a unit that's on the cheaper side. I'd say it is a cheaper plastic. It's not exactly like super rugged polymer or anything. Honestly, the plastic material feels really similar to the material they use at the Harbor Freight power stations. And the Harbor Freight power stations are kind of expensive. The plastic around the AC port does feel a little more rugged, which is nice because you're going to be, plugging things in and out of there a lot. I've been throwing this thing around on my table just while filming this video. This faceplate here has got a little scratched up just from slinging it around on my table. It's 100% just cosmetic. I don't know how much you really care about that. It does have these 2 rubber feet on the bottom, so you're really meant to let it sit like this. This strap is really thick. It feels super durable. So I think if you're just gonna be carrying this thing around in a hiking bag or a tool bag or whatever, using it to charge your devices here and there, it's gonna hold up perfectly fine. Even if you attach it with a carabiner to your bag and it's slinging around back there, I think that'll be perfectly fine too. It might get a little scuffed up, but that's not gonna affect the performance. It's just purely cosmetic. So let me know in the comments what you think about this thing. I think this is a really cool little unit. It's the first power bank I've ever seen that has an AC port. Or if you consider this more of a power station than a power bank, then this is the smallest, most lightweight, most portable power station I've ever seen. I will leave an Amazon link down below in the description and in the comments if you wanna check this out for yourself. If you enjoyed this video and you wanna see more like it, make sure you hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next one.